So I mean, not related to the last couple of subjects on the previous videos. So I mean, as you know, I'm conducting experiment with that relates to the anatomy of the Homo sapiens, and using all sorts of like new cans and all sorts of like practical improvements, and also symbolic new and understanding of the symbolic language. So I mean, and one thing that I haven't said, but it's actually maybe it's not surprising, but it's interesting to note, like from the research point of view, is that I mean, I really lack like equipment here. Like I have nothing, and my mother didn't bring like, much of the stuff that I asked her from the apartment, which is very sad. So one of the things that I needed was a transformer, AC/DC transformer, because I work with DC, and so later so I have like my mother bought me one transformer for like a very weak one that she didn't, but it's part of like it was connected to like it was the part it belongs to the haircut machine. So I used it as well, but much more importantly, even before I got it, I found like in the garbage can here, like outside, a piece of I don't know, a piece of some like electronic appliances that I'm not certain what it was. It looked like a very big breadboard. So like in the junk. So I detached a transformer from it, which is it's not a regular transformer. It's specified that it should be used for LED lightings, and it's not exactly the way I use it. The way I use it, but I'm not sure. Like maybe there are electricians in the audience that could explain. What makes a transformer more suitable specifically to LED lights. But the interesting thing about it is that it uses a voltage which is much higher than what I used until now. It uses between. The input is of course 2020 volts, like of alternate current, and the output, it said that it's something in between, which is also I'm not sure. Probably it's trivial knowledge, but I know nothing about like electricity. Like I'm not an electrician, so I really know very little about electricity. So it's varied. So it's not like a one value, but it's a range between 27 and 42 volts. Which is much higher than I was used to by now. Even the low mark, like of 27. It's still not considered dangerous for humans, like for Homo sapiens. I think that above 50 is considered dangerous. That's why, for example, working with the alternate current, even like in home settings, is considered very dangerous. Because 22, in the US I think it's 110, but anyway, it's much more than the 50, which is considered dangerous. So it's high, but not high is like dangerously high. And so I wondered if we will see like better results. And so the answer is yes. It's this could be there are several indications. A weaker indication, but a very, like quick one, is that you see that it generates electrolysis much more potently. You can see this by the erosion of the wires themselves. I quickly needed to redesign the appliance and like the machine, so that the wires will not directly touch the liquid. And there are several advances in this front as well, but it's not that important. But anyway, also the process of creating life from the soup is much quicker. This is evident both by just using the eyes and also by the smell. There is a specific smell of the hatchlings, of the worms. It's disgusting. I already know the smell because and you don't get this smell when on like regular walks of the Neros. Like when they walk but they do other stuff, like not doing the hatchlings, the worms, you don't get this smell. This smell is specifically, it's caused by the creation of life of the worm hatchlings, and it's disgusting. And you get it much quicker with this transformer, which it makes sense. But even things that make sense should be, recorded, because it's new science and everything is important. Of course, this even more than before, leads me to, expected wish and desire to work with even higher voltage, but it's not something that I can do in any house like environment, and certainly not under arrest. But who knows? Maybe I will be freed from the Nazi prison in the future, and I will be able to work not only with higher volts, but also with higher level of currents. And this will be, require much more work and safety procedures and studying. But it's of course, it's very once it was demonstrated very, very clearly that indeed higher energy, electric energy output enhance the work of the neurons in some proportional matter, which you could have argued that it makes sense, but it should be proven. It doesn't. It's still amazing, even though it makes sense, but it's still amazing. It's amazing that they are capable of normal news. Not many things actually, not many human machines actually work that way, even though some do. But most is not the case. If you have if you have a light bulb, for example, you can using a dimmer that mostly, as I understand, controls current. But anyway, you can change how luminous it is. But it's not. If you can attach a considerably stronger power source and expect the light bulb to, I don't know, to light in in an order of magnitude higher. But perhaps some machines do work in such a way. It's interesting to think about it. I would guess that if such machine exists, they are not very complicated, or more accurately, they do not perform very gentle jobs. And we know that the neurons can perform extremely gentle, on the atomic level, gentle jobs. So it's quite wonderful that indeed significantly higher voltage produces much better, much more quicker and more efficient work. And even though again it was expected, but it's still wonderful. And who knows? Maybe in the future we will be able to see what happens when we use really heavy cannons, industrial scale electricity. Okay, so that will be all.